morning, Nick.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Very good.
Nick is our chief mechanic. Nick, just talk me through your role throughout a pit stop.
Well, primary is safety. It has to be safety, as in when the car stops, from the moment it stops to the end of the pit stop, I have to control the whole safety aspect of it. I have to look to see where the tyres are on, make sure the hands are up, make sure the pit lane's clear. It's just making sure that everyone does their job in a safe environment and making sure that there's no ifs or buts, there's no danger zone involved. I just make sure it's safe.
Show me your lollipop. You're the man in charge of
that very often.
Talk me through it.
It's quite simple. In the olden days, you used to have a lollipop and you used to hold it against the driver, and then you used to flip it over to show him when his car went through, and you just lift it up. A lot of people now run a system of lights where they're run by switches on the guns and the jacks, and it can get a bit overcomplicated, but we're not at that stage yet, which is safe, it's very good, but we're not at that level of sort of technology yet in our team at the moment. We'll get there. So I've basically just simplified it by, instead of giving the driver a movement to trigger his gear selection or get ready, I use just two basic lights. When the car comes in, I hold it on the red. I had to think about that then. I had to hold it on the red, which is like that. And when the wheels go on, that's a signal for the driver for me to engage gear or raise the revs, get ready to go, and I'll just flick it to the orange. So that's all he sees. And then the next thing he sees is me lift lollipop. So he doesn't see any movement from the old style of lollipops, whereby you'd flick the ball around, turn the ball around. In my head, if I'm in a pressure situation or a pit stop, if I see movement and I'm waiting for the board to lift, that's a movement I don't want to anticipate. So just light simplifies the whole situation. Comes in, he stops, he's on the red. When the wheels go on and I see the wheels are all on, the last wheel's gone on, I flick it to orange, he knows he's ready to go. And as soon as all four hands are up, the jacks are down, pit lane's clear, lift the lollipop.
We've seen quite a lot of unsafe releases so far this season. Do you reckon it's because pit stops now are so pressured and they're so important to a race result?
Yeah, I mean, there's more pit stops than ever before in the races, because in all the fueling days it's quite simple. You know you're going to have 7 seconds of fuel and you just wipe the tyres can be done in 7 seconds. Now it's all about the guys in the pit stops. It's all about how quickly we get the tyres on, get the car back out. So the margin for error is increased effectively, especially when you've got 3 or 4 cars coming in. When it's only about half a second between the pit stops, it makes a huge amount of time in the pit lane. You can, when you look at the pit lane and you think it's clear, and you know it's clear, you look back and the car's about to go, but there's a slight hindrance, you wait an extra half a second, you look back, you haven't got time to look back, you have to sort of look back quickly and then go, and that time there could be a car that's coming up. So it's a very close call, it's a very close call. There is some people who do it a bit naughtily, but you've got to be safe. It's about the driver, it's about the people, you've got to make sure everyone's safe.
And what's the importance of doing pit stop practice in the factory, especially after a long break?
It gets everyone's head back in it. Everyone's had 2 weeks off and they're all just totally relaxed like everyone should do. But we've still got a job to do when we get to the track, and instead of waiting till we get to the track and then trying to remember what we did, we've got a few new people coming into the second half of the season, so it's nice to get them in the factory and get their heads around what they're doing before they get to the track. So when they get to the track, they can think about what they did in the factory and try and perfect it or improve it. Or it gives me a chance as well, because normally at the track I go around, I practice my lollipop technique because I'm looking at the pit lane. Pit lane is different, so I'm looking where the board is and where my spatial awareness is in the pit lane. Here I don't have to worry about that, so I can walk around in the corners and have a look at what these guys are doing, which I don't normally get the opportunity to.
And obviously being chief mechanic is a lot about management as well as, physically working on the car.
Yeah, it's more about management nowadays than it is the car. I mean, the car is sort of self-generated. We've got very good mechanics in the car, and I make sure they've got all the information they need to build the car. I still get involved in the build, but not so much in the factory, because the factory is generated by the DO support, etc. At the track, it's very much a case of making sure the guys have got all their bits and all the information. It's really more about management than it is actually hands-on. Hands-on is very small now. I do miss it, but not as much as I used to.
Cool, alright, well I'll let you go back to pit stop practice.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.